but yet if you can somehow systematically root your meanings in animal figures, and somehow you can understand the characteristics of those animals, then it can give you a later futuristic thought or a record of how these particular people thought by studying the zoo type of what a lion does or what a dog does. You see what I'm saying? What an Irish bird, which this particular head is, and the different ones. So this is the reason why. So these things are very powerful. So let me explain what this is and why. When I came here, the last 2 times, you've had these Egyptian statues and what's really occurring and what's actually happening. When you align yourself up with these images, and you put these images in your house, these images, what they do is this. We have the physical world that we live in, and then there's a spiritual world.
Right.
The Egyptians used to go to the spirit world and map out what they would see in the spirit world and put it together, then bring it back and make a physical representation or a statue of that what they saw in the spirit world, and it would automatically align the spirit world and open up a gateway for the images that's in the spirit world to come through to the physical world and manifest into the physical world. So whenever you get these particular pictures of that meal, that's the one of the God's Heru.
That's how.
Heru Horus.
Yeah, let me see that. Hold that up.
Put it this way here. You can see the falcon-headed God.
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
Which is the Christ figure that predated Jesus for thousands of years, 10,000 years.
Okay.
So when you take these things and you bring them in this house and you align, you put these things up, and you might think they're pretty dishes, but they're not. I mean, we make symbols with our substance, but what you do is, whenever you set these things up in your house, you align a certain amount of energies that come in and it changes the atmosphere and everything inside your house.
Mm.
You're actually pulling a part of the divine and heavenly realm in through to the physical and dwelling in your temple.
And to be honest, Brother Bobby, that is exactly what me and my wife been feeling. We felt a change through our relationship. All of that is like it got better because we got the spirit of Maya. It's the balance, the Mayanic balance up in here. We got a star, Osiris. We got, you know what I'm saying? So I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
We have the Isis, the Maya.
Right. Exactly.
The Ma'atic symbol right here. As you see it on the screen.
The Isis circling Horus. That means if you got every kind of kids, you're gonna have harmony.
That's right.
You see.
And we got the God right here.
They're all over us
waiting.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Anpu. There's a female one called Anpu. But check this out.
But the king is standing right here.
Yeah.
See
now,
that?
this is an interesting figure here.
Now, who is that right there?
Okay. He's standing like a child, but in actuality, this is a god called the god Khonsu. Khonsu.
He looks Indian, too.
Khonsu.
Yeah.
And he's the god of the moon. It's a very important god to black people because melanin is connected to the moon. So he's a god of the moon. He's a form of the god Tahuti and a lunar god put together, but this is the god Khonsu. He is also a pre-dynastic form of the god Heru.
You're going to deal with some of that tomorrow.
A lot of this is I'm coming to deal with this tomorrow, yeah.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So this Khonsu is a god of the moon god, but when they translate the word Jesus, this is in a book called the Encyclopedia of Women's Myths and Secrets.
Turn it to the side just a little bit.
This way.
I want you to see that right there. Like right here.
Yeah, the Horus law.
Notice that's what the so-called Jews are trying to do.
Yeah, the Jews, they copy the Horus law.
Exactly.
And stuff. So now, Jesus that is translated in that woman's Barbara G. Walker's book, the Encyclopedia of Women's Myths and Secrets. And when they translate the word Jesus, which you know is Horus, it means healing moon man. That's Khonsu. This is the form of Horus. He's also a form of Osiris, because if you notice, him and Osiris are standing almost the same way.
That is correct.
He's also a form of Ptah, which is also a form of Osiris. You see. So, healing moon man. So this is the God we need to familiarize Khonsu, because melanin is a lunar substance. It's a nighttime substance that is secreted between the hours of 4 in the morning. So, it's the moon is during the time of when the moon is out. You see. Or anytime you have the darker periods, melanin starts to have a higher production. You see what I'm saying? That's at its peak at 4 in the morning. But that is Khonsu God, a moon god, and we can actually say a melanin god. A melanin god also. Tahuti, the god of art, the god of music, is Tahuti. He's the god of writing, reading, art, music, chemistry, alchemy, dance, the arts themselves, the god of knowledge. This is the god Tahuti. He's known in Greece as the god Thoth, is where we get the word thought from. He's also known in Greece as the god Hermes.
But what is he doing right now?
He is showing the art of sacred writing.
That's right.
And he's bringing the sacred writing to the earth. He is the God, all-time God of magic.
Why did he chose the bird head?
It's some Egyptian form of when they studied the animal and whatever this animal, this ibis bird did from year to year, they were incorporated as a representative of the god. You see what I'm saying? But Tahuti has more than this head. Sometimes Tahuti is seen with a dog head. As a matter of fact, Tahuti is also a form of Anubis. Now you have Tahuti. Thoth in Greece is also called Hermes in Greece. There's another god in Greece. Get some water when you get a chance. That's just a representative of a priestess. Maybe a priestess of hair root.
Okay.
And all, yeah. Now, this God and this God are representative of the same God. What happened was we had the pre-dynastic God called Set. Now Set comes from what is called the Typhonian era, that grows, matured, and declined even before the first monuments of people built in Egypt. Their god, Set Typhon, was representative of a dog that looked like this Anubis figure, but the ears was a little bit different. And later on was a dog called the Griffey. The Griffey is a magical dog that is seen on the African plains. And I don't even know if the dog is still around yet. But this particular dog you could see from the front and the back. So it's one of those things that says a dog that actually had eyes in the back of his head. So this Griffey was the prototype of the zoo type for the god Set. Now the god Set was the pre-dynastic god of all time. They say no other god in recorded history exists that is older than this particular god that they say of incalculable time. His Set, his earlier name was called Soot, which our word black comes from, or the word sit.